Taronga have shared a very close connection to the ocean, Sydney Harbour, and all of the animals that live in it. And through our seals, we hope to share a similar connection with all of you this morning. Now, as you'd expect, New Zealand fur seals are found in the waters around New Zealand. They're also the most common seal species you'll find right here in Sydney Harbour. Bondi himself, of course, was found on the very famous Bondi Beach when he was just a pup, only weighing about 7 kilograms, with a really large shark group that took up the side of his body. Now, luckily, our wildlife hospital team rescued him and nursed him back to this really healthy state that you can see him in now. But Bondi spent so many months in our care that he wasn't deemed a suitable candidate for release back into the wild. So Bondi came down here to Seals for the Wild to be an ambassador for his species around 10 years ago. As I mentioned, he's now 11 years old, weighing in at a very impressive 150 kilograms, and he's also fathered 2 of his very own pups. Now, did you know you've all got something in common with Bondi? Have a look at your hand, and now have a look at Bondi's front flipper. The bone structure found in our hand is the same bone structure that you can find in that flipper. Now, those flippers might look awkward for movement across the land, but they allow eared seals like Bondi here to move much quicker and much easier than you might expect. So like Bondi can fold those rear flippers underneath their body and move around on all fours. But of course, it really is in the water where we can see how well those flippers work. Now, moving like that through the water is known as bowing or porpoising. It's a very energy efficient way for many air-breathing marine animals to slice through the water, catching a really quick breath of air every time they leap. Now, this allows seals like Bondi to keep up their terrific speeds whilst chasing down prey or escaping from a predator. Now, of course, seals are predators out there in our oceans, but there are quite a few others. One of which is very important for a healthy ocean, but is quite often misunderstood. Bondi knows this predator a little too well, and when he's done with his porpoising, I think he's going to give you all a clue on what I'm talking about this morning. Whenever you're ready, Bonds.
Oh, it's saying hello.
Anybody know what that is?
Oh, shark.
It's a shark. That's probably the fattest shark impersonation you've ever seen. But what you're actually seeing there is another natural behaviour. You see, it might not look like it, but Bondi's actually covered in 2 very thick layers of fur. That fur coat can be so impressive, buddy. Well, you've got one more thing to do with those flippers. Let's give everybody a big wave goodbye. Everybody, that's Bondi, and keep reading. They do a fantastic job. Down here in the waters of Australia. They're mainly found on the western coastline of the United States, ranging from parts of Canada all the way down to parts of Mexico. Now, the California sea lion that's going to be coming out to see you all, his name is Murphy, and he's a 20-year-old California sea lion. He's the oldest seal we have here at Taronga Zoo, weighing in at a very impressive 290 kilograms. Now, despite his weight, he is one of the most well-gentered and kind-natured seals that we have here at Taronga. Now, Murphy's going to be coming out onto this box to the right of me here for a health check this morning. So it's really important, especially everybody in this front section stays nice and still. We want this to be a really positive experience for all of you, but also for Murphy as well. But to help me out with this health check on Murphy this morning, I am going to need a volunteer. So would anybody like to volunteer to help me out with Murph today? How about you, buddy? Why don't you come on down? What's your name, mate? Ackland. Is that right? All right, Ackland, say hi to everybody. Everybody say hi to Ackland.
Hey!
Alright, buddy, well, Murphy's going to be coming out in just a moment. As I mentioned, 290 kilograms, but don't let that scare you. He's a very well-gentered and well-natured seal here at Taronga Zoo. Murphy is a California sea lion, as I mentioned. He relocated to us from a zoo in Queensland when he was just a young boy. He's now the most dominant of the California sea lions we have here at Taronga Zoo, but why don't we head over and say hello to Murph. Right, buddy, what I'll get you to do is I'll get you to stand on that red dot for me. And the first thing we're going to be checking on Murphy this morning is his flippers. So Murphy's going to present his flipper. And you just need to check that underside. Make sure he doesn't have any cuts or scrapes or calluses. How does he look?
Good.
He looks good. Alright, the next thing we're going to be checking is Murphy's fur coat. As I mentioned, seals are covered in a layer of fur. So when Jake gives the all clear, just going to lean in and make sure that that front section of the coat there is still nice and healthy. Yeah, go for it, buddy.
You're so brave.
Alright, how does he feel, mate?
Good.
He feels good. What does he feel like?
very like a fish scale.
Like a fish scale. That's interesting.
Very.
Well, I think you've done a fantastic job, buddy. So I'm going to take you back to your seat. Actually, we've got a very important job. Everybody, you can help us out with that. Let's give Murphy a really big wave. Goodbye. Everybody, how about a huge round of applause for Murphy and our volunteer? You go back to your seat, buddy. Thanks, mate. Now, a big part of caring for our seals, of course, means teaching them behaviours. Storm here won't do anything he doesn't want to do. Everything takes a lot of time and a lot of trust to train. Now, these behaviours can be as simple as those husbandry behaviours we saw, like getting Storm to open his mouth so he can check out those teeth.
Oh, now that is so funny.
But these behaviours can also be a lot more complicated, such as the behaviour that Storm is currently learning. He's learning a behaviour known as a high bow. That's where he uses his nose to touch that buoy hanging above the water. But of course, Storm's not going to make it from there, so he needs a little bit of a run-up.
Ready?
Now, to help him with the high bow this morning, I'm going to need all of you to help us out and give him the cue to jump. So on the count of 3, as loud as you possibly can, I need you to all yell out, "Jump, Storm." Do we think we can do that?
Yep.
All right, let's give this a shot. You went to go grab the fish. It's not your fault, buddy. It was a bad throw from Jose.
Hey.
Yay.
There you go, buddy. All right, let's try this again. On the count of 3, as loud as you can, yell out, "Jump, Storm." 1, 2, 3.
Come on.
Well, I thought you guys did a fantastic job, but Storm here only has really little ears, so we're going to have to check in with him. Buddy, was that loud enough for you? He said no. Let's try this one more time with a lot more energy. On the count of 3, as loud as you possibly can. Jump, Storm. 1, 2, 3. What a jump from Storm. Water and spins around. Now, California sea lions and all seal species are of course incredibly strong up there in that chest region of their body, as we saw before with Storm's incredible high bow. It is absolutely no trouble at all for Pepper to really easily jump out of the water and maneuver himself. Now, when training a seal or training any animal, we have to find a way to communicate to them when they're doing the things that we're looking for. You might notice that bridge or that whistle in Ree's mouth. This is an indication to Pepper that he's doing the right job. As soon as we see the behaviour we're looking for, or a step in the right direction, we'll bridge, and Pepper knows that whatever he did at the time of that whistle being blown is what we're looking for. Now, another really easy training tool that we use here at Seal Theatre is something known as a target. One of the very first behaviours we teach our seals when they're born here, right where you are, is our keepers and seals will be back out to say their final farewells. Remember, the next time you're looking for seafood, we ask that you look for MSC.
You like it, Anne? Fine. Good too. Keep sitting. The last